Welcome to season 2, episode 1 of Mind the Business That Pays You. I have with me a great friend, Cliff McKnight, today. We're going to talk about, he's a fantastic author, and we're going to talk about some things about authorship and about AI. And tell you a little bit about Cliff. We met uh, a few years ago.
Just a few minutes ago.
Cliff not gonna date us, all right, all right, all
That's
right.
right.
You know, and when we met, our friendship has lasted decades. And I don't know about you all out there that are listening, but it's not a lot of folk that you hold on through a lot of things. And interestingly enough, as I talk about how our relationship has lasted, the book that we're going to concentrate on today, Cliff wrote, and it's called "If You Can't Calm the Waters, Learn to Ride the Waves." And Cliff,
Mm-hmm.
you're doing all right, my friend?
My brother, when you said that, I just perked me right on up there. It's exciting. I just wanted to show you it also the subtitle, How to Succeed in Turbulent Times. Can you see that?
Oh, look, can I? Yeah. How to succeed in turbulent times. So, what a timely discussion, Cliff, because we are in some turbulent times. And let me ask you, was there a personal storm that led you to that revelation of that title?
Yes, Mark. As a matter of fact, it was more than one. I think that the interesting thing about the journey was I had been, um, I guess, led to write for maybe almost a decade, to be honest, and maybe longer. But there's having the desire, the inspiration, and actually doing the writing. And finally, one day, things kind of got to a space where it was like, take the step or just do something else. And so I just feverishly went to writing, and Mark, and within a very short period of time, I had completed. But the intention was too I was maybe a little too big hearted. I wanted something for everyone. I wanted this book to read everyone to be. They said, well, "Who's it for?" It's for everybody. It's for everybody. Well,
Yeah, yeah.
you know how that goes.
I do. I do. And let me ask you this, Cliff, because conventional wisdom says there's either fight or flight when you get into a situation.
Yeah,
And correct me if I'm wrong, but this doesn't seem like it's either one of those.
that's right.
This seems like there's a middle piece that we're missing. And am I right about that?
Oh, mother, I was just going to let you say what that middle piece looks like.
I want to hear from you. You're the author.
Well, here it is. I was inspired by it, and it just really wanted it to be able to be a blessing to people because I've had this internal um, this internal mantra, if you will. It came way back from when you and we both read Think and Grow Rich, and it
Absolutely.
was talking about having those, just having a kind of a vision, a mission, a purpose, and all of that. And I said, I want to be a positive influence in the lives of other people. And of course, I had gurus and durus and all these kind of ruse talk about, well, it needs to be this, 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 and this. And I'm like, yeah, but this inspires me. This moves me. This is kind of where I'm feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got the book kind of done, and it really was. I guess it was okay. It was probably a decent book, but it really didn't feel right somehow. I was looking at it and said, well, how am I going to make this happen? And then you talk about trauma. The big thing that occurred that was sudden. My oldest, Courtney, was going to college. We were going to drive her down. She had her best friend at the time with her sister with her, and my wife, Michelle. And we went down, drove down, had a wonderful time, sent love to Courtney, and headed back, and got to talking and laughing and joking. And in the midst of a laugh, I tried to talk,
Mm-hmm.
and that combination did something to what they call the vagal nerve, the vagus nerve.
Mm.
And Mark, behind the wheel, I passed out. I'll
You,
use that terminology. You say, I,
Okay, so just to make sure I'm understanding, you weren't sitting in the passenger seat, you were driving
I was the driver, and I
and you
had, as I
passed
said,
out.
yeah, I say passed out because that's the best I could say. It might be considered coma or whatever. It might be
Wow.
frozen, but the thing is that I was going down, and I'm told that my foot hit the gas pedal extra hard. So now we're going down the highway. I can hear in the background, Mark. I can't really see, but I'm sort of quasi conscious, you know.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Cliff! And now so I, I did make make myself turn, and I won't make a long story nauseating. I'll keep it brief. The bottom line is that we flipped over
Oh my.
after a couple of turns, but we flipped over like angels set us down. And in the midst of being flipped over, the car, I mean, well, not in the midst, while the car's running. And Courtney's friend, she was, I think she ended going in the military, but she was strong. Both Courtney and Chelsea, they are all pretty strong. So she was pushing herself out of the, I don't know if it's the sunroof or window or whatever to get out.
Sure, sure.
Short story, man, was everything. Nobody was hurt. Chelsea had a few scratches. She was in a little bit of shock. And I was somewhere, but I wasn't there. And I remember seeing the highway, like going down the highway until it got dark and getting this just wonderful feeling, man, that I'm good. And,
Well,
and I, go ahead.
mhm. No, 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 sir. Go ahead.
The short story is I said I'm good, but I said, but no, I can't be good and leave my family right now. Courtney just started college, and I don't think Chelsea could handle her dad just leaving like this.
Well, Cliff, let me ask you this, man, because I had a prepared question, but your response, which you and I have been friends for years, but we have never gotten into this particular conversation. And the question I had prepared was, you use the metaphor of waters a lot throughout your work, and I was going to ask you what those waters represent, and the thoughts that I had were: is it fear? Is it uncertainty? Is it something else? But with this experience, I mean, we're talking about almost a next to God experience.
Yeah,
Um,
yes, sir. I
and
think that's what it was, man. And I thank you for pausing because it was, and I think I probably could have left, but because I wanted to stay for reasons other than myself, I think I was back, and
let me tell you how I get as the host of this. I get excited when I know we in sync. I want to tell you what I was about to say, and then watch this. I was going to say, you've clearly faced your share of waves. Can you share one that almost drowned you, and what helped you to stay afloat? Now, what you just said to me was what almost drowned you. You were flipping over,
pardon.
and when you were flipping over, you basically had to hold on. You were good with you, but you start saying, you know what, my loved ones. And I need you, Cliff. You know this about me.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I
sir.
have lost
Yes,
a loved one,
yes.
or lost a few, but the
So,
one in particular I'm talking about is my sister.
mhm.
And I want you to just, if you could, just dig a little bit into how you were able to come out of self and say, you know what, there are people who are relying on me, and I need to. Although this is pretty cool out here,
Mhm.
I'm good, but I got to be responsible. To touch that for me a little bit.
Wow. You ask a thing, and I'll tell you straightforwardly that I don't know how it happened. It was a more of an automatic, genuine. I think maybe it's being genuine that as a father and a husband, They're just things that are deeply meaningful. And the book itself, part of what I'm saying is that experience totally changed the book. And it said, stop trying to please everybody and just send your message. And I
Wow.
think part of that also was what helped me to understand that this was, that there's a mission, there's a purpose, there's a process too, Mark, and I'm going to be about it and join it. I stopped trying to be milk. It was almost like lukewarm. They say you can't have nothing hot or cold. It's lukewarm. You almost want to spit it out.
Yeah, yeah,
But this was it's something that I was hot about. I became on fire about. And Mark, if I can be honest with you, I used to put people down internally.
mm-hmm.
I'm not one to criticize out externally, but inside, I would hear people tell stories about after I had this near death, then I realized, life is important, life is this, and we need to do that. And I'm like, but that's what we should do anyway. Why are you going to wait till then before you start doing something? Mark, when this happened to me, I was milk toast. No, I wasn't milk toast. I was almost comatose. I was home. I was no good to anyone for a while. I'm
Yeah.
in the bed most of the time trying to make sense of it. And Michelle, my wife, was quite understand that I'd been through something, but they all went through it.
Yeah,
On the other
yeah, yeah. Not just you, my brother.
side, it wasn't just oh my goodness.
Hey, I could see. Look, I know your wife Michelle, and she's a sweetheart, but I could see her saying, "I was in the car too."
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But here's the miracle, and this is the thing that I want people to appreciate. That if you open up your eyes, if they say if you have eyes to see, you'll
Hmm.
notice miracles every single day.
Yeah.
What happened here for me? I'm sitting here, sort of, really, just shaken up, and I had people's former students or current students who heard about and knew I was missing, and they came to visit, and they brought gifts and flowers, just touched the heart. But I was still kind of laying up in bed, and
Sure.
got a phone call, Mark, from was spam. What do you call a spam? One of those
Sure.
robocall
Sure.
things.
Hey.
And I just had it in me. I said, you know what? I'm going to mess with them. These people keep bothering me, and I could pick up and I know how to just interrupt them. Hello, hi. I'm representing. Hey, I'm so glad you called. Yeah,
Oh.
but I'm representing. Oh no, I just got to tell you, man. I don't. I've been laying down. Let me tell you, I've been this and that, and this and I had an accident and almost called my family, and then she got quiet.
Ah.
And when she got quiet, I was like, okay, I did it, right? And then she said, I know how you feel. I just did
Wow.
that too. And I said, say that again. She said, I just did that too. I just went through that too.
Cliff, I could hear. I could see you saying, "Wait a minute, that's not on your script."
What the heck is that? Hey, and not only that, but what you doing back at work? How'd you get out of it?
Yeah, you should be.
I'm
Listen,
still,
man. I gotta ask you something, man. There's
yeah.
somebody that's watching us right now,
Uh,
and they've gone through some things,
yes,
and they have some tools inside of them that the world could use,
yes,
but they don't feel like they. They're like, I can write a book,
yes.
or I can do a podcast. Give me some inspiration for somebody who's like in that place where they know they need to take another step, but they feel, I'm gonna use this word, and it might be off, but y'all forgive
No,
me,
no problem.
unworthy.
Mm-hmm.
Touch that for me.
Man, thank you for that. But it's something that I think most people who care have to
Hmm.
overcome. See, if
Hmm.
you don't care, you might be callous enough to just go, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this and I'm going to make some money on this. And no, but because you care, you want to be fair, you want to contribute, and you want to be genuine. So I'd say to you, excellent. That makes you worthy. That puts you in a space and a place where you can make the difference you see. So It doesn't mean you're cowardly. It doesn't mean you're scared. I mean, well, scared. You might be scared, but the
Hey,
genius thing.
feel the fear and do it anyway.
That's it right there, my brother. And there you've just said it. It's not a matter of feeling like you're just ready and equipped. That's not how you're supposed to feel. You just, matter of fact, you can gather that data as you go along. And if you happen to have the wisdom to have a coach or a mentor or somebody, they'll tell you that better than me.
Okay,
And just on this call.
gotcha, sir. Now let me ask you this: in your view, what's the difference between acceptance and surrender? How does one ride the wave without giving up?
That's a wonderful, wonderful question. You know, there's a, and I had difficulty with it for quite a while because they can be two sides of the same coin. For me, acceptance almost means it's abdicate. It means I give up.
Hmm.
Surrender means I let it go. I know it's going to be okay. I did a 2 minute or so little video clip to inspire that talked about you already know the end of the movie. When you
Ah,
surrender,
come on here, come on
hey,
now.
you don't have to worry about it.
See, you making
You
my shoulders move, man.
That's it though. You surrender because you know that there's someone whose hands are bigger than yours. Someone who has a purpose and a place for you. And if you surrender and give to that resource, then all is coming your way. So for me, that surrender means that you just let it go to the more powerful, to God's source. And um, man, there's just no better ride after that.
I love it. I love it. Now, here's another one for you, sir, because you hitting it out the park today. I feel like I'm talking to Otani. You know.
But look, I'm trying to figure out how to look at this. I'm looking at you, I'm looking at me, then I'm looking at the cameras. Is that the difference?
Well, hey, just keep looking.
All
You
right.
know.
Hey, congratulations to your audience to have a Dr. Mark Holland podcast. I
Hey,
just got to
man,
say that.
listen. Let me hit you with this question.
Go ahead.
How do faith, mindset, and emotional intelligence intersect when life gets tough?
Mark, you know you're pulling right out of here now.
I try. I'm trying.
I appreciate it. But listen, chapter two, Mark, chapter two, and that it had there's the wheel quantum success wheel of fortune,
Hmm.
and I don't know. I've got a better one now in recent days, but if you can take a look at that, the core is it reversed for you, or you guys see
No,
it?
that's good. It's good.
Okay. It at the core, at the center, is the faith part. It's your God part. Is the connection with God and everything in it. And you see QS for quantum success. You'll also notice that the arrows go to four corners, which also have a QS at the end.
Hmm.
Because when we talk about unlimited power and unlimited potential, we're also talking about interconnection because it's all God, Mark. It's all God.
Yes.
And so we start there, and there's your faith. And then at the very top, you see attitudes, thoughts, beliefs, and values, right? That's kind of
Hmm.
the mindset portion that you're talking about.
Hmm.
And what was the other thing you said? Faith, mindset, and
Emotional intelligence.
emotional intelligence. So as you go around there too, you see there's an area on the side that said selected memory. I can show you. Look, I'll show you.
Listen. We're gonna tell people how they can get a copy of that book. So
Hmm.
don't worry about showing us. I'm
Okay, good,
enjoying
good.
I'm enjoying the source.
Well, beautiful, man. I
You,
appreciate you, brother.
you
I
are
appreciate
listen. Your graphic was good. We could see it, but we got the source right here,
you. Yes.
and somebody's gonna get that book and they're gonna look at it, and I want them to remember some words that you said.
Well, thank you. Having
Okay.
said that, then what you just handed me a grand slam home run with that book because it does give us the opportunity to say, if you're listening to this and you are trying to pull those things together and you feel like attitude wise you're ready, You're ready to take action. You have the faith. So, emotional intelligence suggests that you have also the capacity to evaluate, assess, and move forward in a smooth and positive way. That you use the power of emotion to not only to promote you, which is important, but also to promote those around you. So that when things come, and no matter how they come, we talk about riding the waves because it will get turbulent. You have the emotional intelligence to adjust, engage, and adjust, and to pray and to listen. When you talk about prayer and meditation, you are speaking to God, but you're also listening to God.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
in that smooth process, you're understanding that all of us are related. So why would you put anybody down any more than you would put yourself down?
I got a feeling that I'm about to go back in your circle that you showed us, okay? And you're gonna be able to go in a little bit more. But listen, if peace isn't the absence of problems, but it is the ability to stay calm within those problems, how does one cultivate that inner calm?
Well, you're trying to get into my second book. I hear you, but I'll tell you what.
We
This,
going there. That's called a segue, man. What you
as well,
talking about?
and I appreciate it. I appreciate it. But the joy in this is that, book or not, I love that I'm writing. I'm glad that I'm passing information on and looking for means. But the valuable message is, it's all within you at this time. And if you want to find balance, you want to find peace, if you want to get calm in the midst of the storm, we go back to what we said earlier. You know the end of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why it's important to have a faith and an understanding of this ain't but a minute. 100 years is gone before you know it. So understand that you know, you have an opportunity between the dash, but you were somewhere before you got here, and you're gonna be somewhere when it's over.
All
So
right.
just use this as an opportunity. That's all. Don't worry. Don't fret. Be peaceful and calm. Now, Mark, let's be real. Sometimes that thunder and lightning can scare a proud body. Sometimes the waters are so rushing, overwhelming, and overcoming. Hey, we all get there. I go there, but the joy and the peace and the blessing is that when I do and I stop and I'm still. The name of the book that's coming is "Get Off Your Butt," and and reframe the game. But it's like, get off your butt from procrastination to implementation, and the best way to get off your butt is to sit on your butt sometimes and just be still. And in that stillness, you recognize that there's more than just you doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And that if you kind of get out of the way, would you say surrender?
Mm-hmm.
You get direct access to all you need to succeed. In the minute we messed up, in the minute we overwhelmed, this darkness is ominous. You got to go through that lifeline. That's why I appreciate you. Now, even in calm the water, ride the waves, you might remember I talk about people, prayer, perspective. And if you take advantage of any of those three things, you are moving yourself in place.
Mm-hmm.
You
Let
got
me.
me?
I got you, brother. I got you. And some of these things I'm asking you are because I want you to like. It's in the same vein, you know. And I'm not trying to. I don't want you to think I'm trying to stop you. I'm giving you another way to say it because
No,
listen to this
please.
question right here. What are some waves people face today, professionally, spiritually, or emotionally, that you see as opportunities for growth rather than obstacles?
So, some
And as I want you to ponder that for a minute because what I want to talk about just for a second is our government is firing people left and right. We have in 2 days, we have coming up where 42 million people will not have access to food stamps that need them to eat. It almost sounds like we have regressed back to a third world nation. So, in light of those things, do I need to repeat that or that question,
no,
or you
no,
good?
you just went there. That's all. And
Okay, my bad.
No,
Okay.
it's a good thing, man. It's real, it's true to the moment and to the times. And I will say this, if somebody is watching this 10 years from now, it will still have precedent. It will still have timeliness because there's always something going on. If we look back, those of you who are over 22, you've already been through more than you even can imagine, and you did it. You're 100%. I think I heard Steve Harvey say you have 100% success rate and survival. This is dark. Times are
Yeah.
rough.
Yeah.
It's scary. But if you remember that you are, it's not just who you are, it's whose you are. Remember
Mm-hmm.
that saying.
Mm-hmm.
If you remember that you are kind of being held in a place where initiates the beginning of all things, you'll be all right. So the first thing I'd say to you when I talk about people, prayer, and perspective, look for someone who will support that kind of um, perspective. Someone who says, "Listen, I'm here. I'm with you. I got a sandwich. You can have a bite." I mean, they're gonna be
Mm-hmm.
with you in that respect. Someone who can remind you of what you've been through successfully,
Okay.
and then
I'm
But
sorry. Go ahead.
no, I'll be quick. The other one about prayer is source. So it's not in any good order. You start with source. You go back to God and you go, Lord, frankly, I'm in a space. I got knocked to my knees, but while I'm down here, I'm going to talk to you.
All right. Now
And
I need you to do something for me.
yeah,
There's obviously a lot of wisdom that you have, and you've been through some things. But I want to ask you to hone all that in, and I'm gonna ask you a question, and I want you to reflect and do the best you can with it. If someone were reading your book, and we going your first book, right? We know we're going to talk about your second book in a minute, but I still want you to talk about that first one.
mhm.
In the middle of their own storm, what's the one message that you'd want to leap off the page and grab them?
You're going to be okay. You're a king's kid. There's nothing that's not available to you. You're not just going to go through this. You're going to grow through this, like Ona Brown said. So just hang in there. Ride that wave. It's taking you where you want to go. Now, I made sort of a sound bite there, but I'd be remiss if I didn't add to it that it is part of your perspectives that'll get you through it. You see, the body and the mind are so intertwined that it won't know what's going on, what's real and what's Memorex or what's imagined. If you vividly imagine success after this storm or through the storm, you will reach a certain level of calmness within you or a certain level of acuteness where you're sharp and you'll be able to continue forward. If you let fear grab you and slam you down, man, it'll slam you down. You will go under.
Mm-hmm.
But you're a lifeboat, Mark. That light, what do you call that little thing that you throw the little donut out to catch?
Yeah, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. The
Yeah, throw
we're gonna
that
call
out.
it a floaty.
Yes, call it a float. Your floaty really is more in you. I like all the things I've said about people and perspective, but you know, go deep, man. Go back to the source. Go back to God, the God in you. You don't
Okay.
have to look outside. Go
All
back to
right. I want to know something else from you.
yeah.
I want you. I'm smiling because I have to ask myself this question sometimes. If you could speak directly to your younger self before you learned to ride the waves, what would you tell him?
Man, get ready for a wonderful ride. I'll tell you everything. You think you worried about this and that. This you won't even hardly remember this 10 years from now. But it's all preparing you for what's in store. Whatever you want is there for you. But make sure you want something that's going to help everybody else too. All right, that's it.
I love it, man. So talk to me about legacy, man. I know
Oh,
your daughter. I know there's Milton's buttons. Is there?
Chelsea
Um,
McKnight Simpson, Milton's Buttons. She wrote Milton's Buttons, which is genuinely a from the heart book that started out as a college project. And she has a heart for people, just period. One of the biggest hearts I know. She's just a love bug, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
she wrote Milton's Buttons about a young boy with autism. You know, he had a learning disability, and but he also had great abilities. He was, you know, but he kind of stayed off to himself, and people let him. You know, they just thought he was a little different, and they just because he's different, they kind of ostracize him a little bit. Well, this young lady comes and notices him, and she decides she's going to reach out to him. And he's uncomfortable. So the short story is she brings more unity to the community. And
Okay.
that's Milton's Buttons.
All
And
right.
that's
Oh,
Chelsea McKnight Simpson. And of
yes.
course, you know, Courtney is my other book. She does what Amanda does. She likes photography and does a lot of that now. Professionally, she's been in marketing and advertising or some of that, something like that. But that's my other love bug.
Love it, man. Love it. Love it. You know, Cliff, I remember when, and if I get the place wrong, just correct me.
You're not saying
But
South Dakota.
uh, I was going to say South Dakota.
How do I know that? Go ahead. What's the question?
Well, the question is, man, you when a lot of people are faced with relocation. What made me bring this up was because I had to do some work and I just had to go to a different state, and then
Hmm.
I was wondering how my wife was going to react to that. And she said to me, "You know," and she mentioned one of her girlfriend's names. I said, "Yeah, I know her." She said, "Well, her husband couldn't find work and he had to take a job in Africa." Excuse me? You know. So I remember you had that experience. I remember. Just talk to me a little bit. How did that? How did that? How
How
did you
did the
handle that?
miracle unfold? Mark, it was a miracle and another blessing. Now, to many of us and to the untrained eye, it was like, you're doing what?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's not a place where you would imagine a black man would want to run to. But you know what? Life experiences shifted, made it happen. I had seen this company that was doing magnificent work using things to help students that really sort of really harmonized with me. And I told him, I said, hey, look, you ever guys looking for, you know, a guy who happens to be black that believes and works in all the things you're doing, give me a call. And they came back, hey, Cliff, we'd like to talk to you. And I said, okay, let's talk. And they said, but if you come to South Dakota, I said, what?
South what?
What? Oh,
You,
never mind. That's okay. That's very nice. I, I'll support you from here. You know, just because it was so foreign to me. Well, a
yeah.
year later, they came back, and one of them stopped by and says, "You know, Cliff, if you're open, we still interested in talking to you." And what happened different? What was different? I had two children, two little girls who I loved more than that. And Michelle had challenging pregnancies, and she was like, "I wish I could be here with the girls." And where I was, I loved it. Was at Coppin State where I met you, and
Mm-hmm.
I loved the work I did. But this time I was ready. I was even ready to consider South Dakota, Mark.
Yes.
And it took 10 years off a 20-year plan because
Say that
therefore
again.
it took 10 years off of a 20-year plan.
So because you were open to relocating, you were able to reach a goal in half the time.
Miracle that it is. I knew I wanted to see, you know, the author Dave Ellis of the best-selling student success book, Becoming a Master Student. That was part of the allure for me because they had power processes, things that people can adapt to life, not just being a student. And I wanted to see how they operated in real day, in real time. And I wanted to see how he got his book to become a bestseller
Mm-hmm.
and how he got to finish his book. I learned all of that. So I gave them a 2 to 5 year commitment, stayed 3 years, and then, you know, turned my hat back and we came back home. The miracle, Mark, is do what you're uncomfortable doing because there's a reason and a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
sometimes.
Mm-hmm. So this is a rare opportunity for me, a great opportunity to. I often talk to people that I don't really know that well, but I know you really well, and we've had some really good times together.
Yeah,
And I want you to speak to this, and this is not something I have written down; it just came to me um, about the journey
mm,
and how it's important for folk to have goals and have a vision. But talk to me a little bit about how you have decided, which I believe you have, and anything that I say that's off point, please correct me. But to me, it seems like you've decided to enjoy this journey called life,
yeah.
and just in about in just a few. Talk to me about that.
Well, Mark, I'm blessed and consider myself to be very, very much in the midst of miracles for having the kind of relationships I've had with people like you and my buddy from high school and college. Um, Brute, Elliot Marbury, and I talk to you about him, you guys, all the time. TJ and Tank are two brothers that I had good friendships with in high school. They both passed away very recently.
Wow.
And TJ used to say, we put in more time than we got left. And it's real and it's true. And so, man, I just say, life is short. Life is but a minute, only 60 seconds in it. You talk that
Didn't
thing.
seek it, didn't choose it. Yes, sir.
Go on, brother. But see, with all of that in mind, I do sometimes, need to remind myself. I'll say to myself, I'm looking to do the best and be the best and have the best. But you know what? The best is right here. I've gotten so comfortable in some things, Mark, that things that I used to feel like I needed to do to have fun, they're okay. I'll do them, I'll do them, but I'm having fun right now,
Yes, sir.
So that is a mindset that came with that interconnection. Both the good and the bad has helped me to realize how good I've had it and how good it is.
Hmm. Cliff, how can people reach you? What's the best way? Do you have a website?
You know what? I have, I do voiceover work. The active website is a warmvoice.com, A-W-A-R, AWARMVOICE.com, a warm voice. But LinkedIn is probably a good place to catch me and see what I'm up to.
Okay.
Also, I'm on YouTube, and it's Clifton McKnight, Leverage Me 2. Leverage Me in the number 2. And that's true to life to who I am.
Okay. And hey, man, just love you, brother.
Mark, Paul, my brother, thank you and love and great things for you. If I can just say this part, this is again a seedling. I'm sorry, what do you call this? A sprout that came from a seed we talked about probably a decade or so ago,
Yes,
where
sir.
we could be able to make a difference. I have a tape, Mark, a recording that I did, and I ran across it, and it said, 10 years from now, you can watch this and so and so. And I was in awe because it was 10 years ago.
Wow.
So I will say to whoever this audience is listening, whether they are listening today or whether they are privileged to hear it 10 years from now, this was put in place just for you. You got what it takes. You're the difference it makes.
Man, you heard it from a master, Mr. Cliff McKnight. He's so busy. His phone been ringing off the hook while we've been on this
I,
podcast.
I'm going to learn how to unplug that landline that most people don't have anymore.
Hey man, it's all right. It's all right. And listen, my name is Mark Holland, Dr. Mark Holland. My website is drmarkholland.com, but of course you can reach me on YouTube at Mind the Business That Pays You. And I want to thank my good friend Cliff McKnight for being with me today. And you can reach him at awarmvoice.com is his website.
And my number is 240 direct 446 5738. That's 240 446-5738.
And Cliff is a keynote speaker, and just a heck of a guy.
Yes,
And
sir.
listen,
Thank you.
until we meet again, I want you to mind the business that pays you. Mark Holland, Coach Mark, your business brilliance coach, thanking you for being with us this episode. Have an awesome